You're in the airport security line, hands full, mind racing. You start unloading your items into the bins, confident you know the drill. But suddenly, the conveyor belt stops. An alarm sounds. A TSA officer is waving at your tray. What went wrong? The truth is, many everyday items, placed incorrectly or even accidentally, act like a magnet for a security flag, causing immediate delays and frustrating everyone behind you. Welcome back to Fly Global, your definitive guide to mastering the skies, avoiding common pitfalls, and making every journey smoother, smarter, and more efficient. Today, we're revealing the crucial items you don't put this in the tray. TSA will flag you immediately. Learn these common tripwires to breeze through security every single time. Number 1. Your unsorted 311 liquids bag. This is the most infamous culprit. Even in 2025, many travelers still forget to pull out their quart-sized bag of liquids, 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters containers or less, and place it separately in a dedicated bin. Leaving it buried in your carry-on creates a dense, ambiguous mass on the X-ray, guaranteeing a manual search. 28 years old Mary, a frequent traveler, always gets frustrated by this. I see it constantly. Someone thinks they can just leave their toiletries in their bag, and then their bag gets pulled. It backs up the whole line. The 311 rule is designed for clear X-ray visibility. Your liquids bag needs its own spot in the tray, or at the very least, placed on top of other items in the bin, to allow TSA officers a clear view. While new CT scanners might eventually change this, it's safer to assume you need to pull them out unless explicitly told otherwise at your specific checkpoint. Number 2. Laptops and large electronics still buried in your bag. This rule has evolved with technology, but for most standard security lanes, your laptop, large tablet, e-reader, or full-sized game console must be removed from your bag and placed flat in a separate bin. Leaving them inside creates a blind spot for the X-ray, triggering an immediate flag for a manual inspection. David, 45, recalls a particularly stubborn passenger. He insisted his laptop was fine in his backpack. The agent flagged it, and he spent 10 minutes watching them unpack his entire bag. Just take it out. These devices contain dense components that can obscure the X-ray's view of potential threats. They need to be placed flat, with nothing on top or underneath them, for the clearest image. TSA pre-check allows you to keep them in, but if you're in a regular lane, always be prepared to remove them. Number 3. Too many loose chargers, wires, and cables. While not strictly prohibited, a tangled nest of chargers, USB cables, power banks, and adapters can appear as a suspicious clutter on an X-ray screen. This dense, disorganized mass can obscure other items, causing the TSA to flag your bag for a closer look and a time-consuming manual untangling. Emily, 30, learned this the hard way. My bag was pulled so many times because of my spaghetti monster of cables, she chuckled. Now I use small organizer bags, and it's never an issue. Organize your cables and wires. Use small pouches, cable ties, or dedicated tech organizers. This not only speeds up security, but also makes it easier to find what you need in your bag. A well-organized bag projects preparedness, reducing suspicion. Number 4. Certain types of food items, especially dense or gel-like. Many travelers are surprised to learn that certain foods can trigger a security flag. Dense foods like jars of peanut butter, large blocks of cheese, creamy dips, or even thick yogurts can appear opaque or suspicious on an X-ray screen, sometimes resembling explosives. Similarly, large quantities of granular powders like protein powder or coffee can also cause a flag. A TSA officer once described a traveler's bag being flagged for a large jar of gourmet jam. It looked like a suspicious gel on the screen, they explained. We had to pull it and inspect it, holding up the line for a sticky situation. If you're carrying dense or gel-like foods, ensure they comply with the 311 liquid rule if they could be considered spreadable. For powders over 12 ounces, like large protein containers, you must declare them to the TSA officer and place them in a separate bin for additional screening. When in doubt, pack dense foods in checked luggage. Number 5. Large, unsecured bottles of water or beverages. This is a classic rookie mistake. Passengers, especially those rushing to the checkpoint, often forget to empty their water bottles, coffee cups, or other beverages before entering the security line. A full bottle of liquid, even plain water, will immediately flag your tray and lead to confiscation. On a busy Monday morning, a traveler witnessed someone sigh loudly as their brand new, full coffee cup was tossed. They clearly forgot the rule, and it just created more trash and more delay. they recalled. Finish your drink before the checkpoint or dump it out. Many airports now have water bottle filling stations after security, so you can refill once you're through. This simple step saves you from losing your beverage and causing an unnecessary delay. Number 6. Gifts that are wrapped. While a thoughtful gesture, wrapped gifts are a security nightmare. The X-ray machine can't see through wrapping paper effectively, meaning the contents are obscured. This will almost certainly result in your beautifully wrapped present being unwrapped by a TSA officer for inspection, ruining the surprise and causing a flag. Elizabeth, 22, learned this the hard way with a birthday present. They literally ripped open the paper right there. She grimaced. It was embarrassing, and the surprise was totally ruined. Now I just wrap gifts at my destination. Pack gifts unwrapped. You can always carry wrapping paper, tape, and ribbons in your carry-on and assemble the gift once you reach your destination. Prioritize ease of screening over pre-wrapped aesthetics at the airport. Number 7. Anything resembling a weapon, even replicas or toys. This is a critical one. Any item that looks like a weapon, even if it's a toy, a replica, or a harmless novelty, will be flagged immediately. This includes toy guns, realistic-looking knives, even if they're plastic, fake grenades, or martial arts props. Security errs on the side of caution every single time. A passenger recounted seeing a child's toy blaster cause a scene. It was clearly plastic, but it looked realistic enough that TSA had to inspect it thoroughly, they said. It caused a huge delay for the family and scared the kid a bit. The X-ray image might not distinguish between a real firearm and a realistic replica. If you have any doubt, place such items in checked luggage or leave them at home. The inconvenience of a flag and inspection far outweighs the novelty of carrying a realistic toy weapon. Number 8. Loose jewelry, coins, or keys in your pockets. While small items like wedding rings are often fine, bulky jewelry, a handful of coins, or a large keychain left in your pockets will almost certainly set off the metal detector or trigger a body scanner alarm. This guarantees you'll be pulled aside for a secondary pat-down or manual screening. Mark, 35, now empties his pockets diligently. I forgot my keys once, and boom, instant pat-down, he shared. It just adds time. Now, everything goes into my personal item before I even get to the belt. Before you step into the scanner, ensure all pockets are completely empty. Place these items in a small pouch within your personal item or directly into a bin. This simple habit saves you from inconvenient and sometimes uncomfortable additional screening. Number 9. Shoes with excessive metal and not removing them. While many travelers remember to take off their shoes, some footwear, particularly boots, shoes with metal shanks, or heavy buckles, are notorious for setting off metal detectors. Not anticipating this, or trying to walk through with them on, guarantees a flag. A gate agent once quipped, "If it looks like a medieval torture device for your feet, it probably has to come off." They added, "People are always surprised when their chunky boots set off the alarm." If your shoes are bulky, have significant metal, or you're unsure, just take them off. For TSA pre-check, you can usually keep your shoes on, but in a standard lane, always be prepared to remove them and place them directly on the conveyor belt. Number 10. Smart bags with non-removable lithium batteries. This is a newer rule that still catches many off guard. Smart bags, carry-ons with built-in chargers, GPS, or scales that have non-removable lithium-ion batteries are strictly prohibited. If your bag has a battery that cannot be easily taken out, it will be immediately flagged and denied entry. A traveler saw a brand new smart bag confiscated. The owner was so frustrated, they said. They had no idea the battery wasn't removable. It was a very expensive mistake. If your smart bag has a removable battery, ensure you take it out and carry it with you in the cabin. If the battery is not removable, you cannot bring that bag as a carry-on or checked luggage. Always check your bag specifications and the airline's policy before you fly. Number 11. Liquids/gels that are too large, even if they look small. The 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters rule is non-negotiable. The mistake here is thinking it's almost empty or it's not really a liquid. Oversized containers of hand sanitizer, full-size toothpaste, or large lotions, even if nearly empty, will be confiscated. It's about the container size, not the amount of liquid inside. A TSA officer once had to toss a half-empty tube of expensive facial cream. The passenger argued it was only a tiny bit left, they recounted, but the container was 6 ounces. We have to enforce the container size, no exceptions. Always check the container size. If it's over 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, it cannot go in your carry-on, regardless of how much product is left. Invest in travel-sized toiletries or transfer products to compliant reusable bottles. Number 12. An overly dense or disorganized bag. This is a meta rule encompassing many others. If your bag is packed so tightly that the X-ray machine can't get a clear image of individual items, or if it's a jumble of clothes, electronics, and miscellaneous objects, it creates a visual anomaly for the scanner. This density and disorganization will almost certainly lead to a manual search, costing you precious time. A security expert noted, the most common reason for a bag pull isn't a prohibited item, but a bag so densely packed we can't tell what's in there. It's like looking at a solid brick. Pack in layers, use packing cubes, and keep liquids and electronics easily accessible. A well-organized bag makes the X-ray image clear and efficient for the TSA officer, allowing your bag to sail through without a second look. Think tidy rather than stuffed. Getting flagged at airport security is one of the quickest ways to inject stress and delay into your travel day. By understanding these common tray traps and packing smart, you can significantly reduce your chances of a manual inspection, speeding up your journey and everyone else's. At Fly Global, we believe a smooth security experience is the first step to a perfect trip. If this guide helps you breeze through security, hit that like button, subscribe to Fly Global for more essential travel insights, and comment below with the craziest item you've ever seen flagged at TSA. Safe travels, and keep those trays clear.